Where do we go? The pylon at the entrance. You have to go to this. No, we can't go that way. We do not want to go to the library. Look, I'm just hoping that we can do all the stuff here. Not missing anything. Of my lore. Sorry. It just feels so confusing.
If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities at...
It must be a low level. Yeah, I know. I'm already in that area.
I've missed the city. For everything wrong with the Empire right now, this place reminds me of what we're trying to save.
Golden mine.
Hold on there. This way leads into the necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there. Well, I'm not here to stop anybody. I just warned them. It's been a lot more dangerous in there recently. They say ghosts of the dead walk again. They couldn't pay me enough to go in there and put them down. The dead are best left alone.
Would it interrupt your duties to talk about this?
Not at all. This is pretty light work, since no one in their right mind would go in the necropolis.
Oh.
Anything else you need? Talk helps pass. Stay away from the
Can I still get the sign? Oh, that's a sign, wait. I thought that was a book stamp. My fault. So you go through the door.
A drama of your life would be of unconvincing sincerity. The long drought was clearly not caused by any excessive bathing on your part. Your diatribe is derivative See, I don't even understand that one. Your walk is uneven. You would be a substandard dancer.
Okay.
Your appearance and manner of dress are insufficient to determine gender. Your work is indecipherable to the masses. You are destined for obscurity. Your personal groomer has been slacking. Your grace lacks poise. Your abacus is lacking beads, but you take no notice. You have little of worth to catalog. A drama of your life would be of unconvincing sincerity. The long drought was clearly not caused by any excessive bathing on your part. Your diatribe is derivative of populist works.
Of course.
I don't even understand that one. Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
I accept those.
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
Oh,
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
yeah.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable.
I'm just
You are
wondering why he's
exactly
acting like
what we
a
need.
complete fool in front of the public.
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go. The Outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them. That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner.
Which means you don't understand.
Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many. I hope your ability matches your conviction. Several others have fallen short, despite their outrage at his antics. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
So, someone in the Scholar Garden is being weird? That's all I got from that. That's a hotel. Coastal.
All those nobles with fat purses and thin intellects. I swear, heaven must look like this.
No, I've been to heaven and it looks so different. Players. Oh, hey.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence.
Changed it.
As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well.
That's why they rightly fear him. He is so weird.
Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your Master Li is the glorious strategist.
Doesn't matter what you believe. I know, and that's enough.
Sun Li died 20 years ago. Everyone was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire. Now, it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed. Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crimes and reveal his corruption. And I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting. Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tian's Landing.
Ah.
They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
Oh.
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion. Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name. Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the assassins than he should be. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together?
Hey. Weird spot.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Sound like you wanted to say something, Sky. Please don't.
Always happy to help. What do you...
Right.
Dawnstar has been telling me about two rivers, the Swamp and Gao the Lesser.
Oh, boy.
I was sorry to hear about your town and your friends. It brought a question to mind. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this? Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that?
Suffering.
I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. History will probably decide. I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed. It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried. I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to. And the few who made it back out were different. They acted like they didn't know us, or just didn't care if we lived or died. It's hard to say if there's even a difference to the Lotus Assassins. I know you'll be fine. The Assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. Just be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done. Well, let's see if I can break it down for you. We're desperately trying to impress the people who are trying to kill you and who kidnap your master. That, of course, will allow us to enter the heart of their lair, where we can acquire highly sensitive evidence against the most dangerous man in the Empire. If we were anyone else, I'd say we were doomed. But hey, we got me. Have you ever heard the tale of the Eternal Companions?
I can't say it. I'm looking forward to hearing this.
The Eternal Companions were a group of warriors that traveled the ancient kingdoms, well before the formation of the Empire.
So the Warriors Blight.
They were
Adventurers.
giants, to know styles no one could match, to always appear to offer their services to a kingdom when times were worst. The tales are too fantastic to be accurate. Though I'm sure the Black Whirlwinds tried at least once, no one can actually cleave a mountain in two. What made me bring this up was just a simple thought. Were these companions real people once? Were they just like us? Something tells me they were, but not in the way you'd expect. You know how legends tend to grow in the telling? I think they also absorb other tales as they go. I doubt it. For instance, we have yet to wipe out a rival kingdom. Failing that, I'm a bit shy of 12 feet tall. The point is that when things are wrong, people believe that someone will do something about it. Whether we succeed or not, we're those someones right now. More importantly, you're the someone. You're the real reason we're together, and I worry about how much of this rides on your shoulders. What I'm really trying to say is that we're all with you until this thing is finished. I just hope you can draw some strength from that. Anytime. I hate to wax morbid, but this is serious business. Now, shouldn't you be talking to Dawn Star instead of me? I've seen the way that girl looks at you, and she deserves a little attention.
What?
Oh. I'll be honest. I can't think of anything I have...
Well, now I have to stop talking to her because... Uh-oh.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away. We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
What have we learned? What did we learn? Yeah. Can I look at this now? The physical universe. Rebuttal. Scholar Xiao Zhang has once again missed the central point of the philosopher's argument. We do not wish to stall development, nor do we stop people from learning. Philosophers see the work of the divine in the physical world and oppose those who defy tradition only because they find those customs inconvenient or outdated. Learning and respect for the past need not be neutrally excused. Seek only to learn in a way that does not dishonor the celestial beings that gave us our very lives. Exactly. Not a clue. No. A boss.
Always. I'll be on.
So I guess I go back to the arena and cause chaos. I need the attention of the assassin, Lotus Assassin, to really open up quest lines. Oh. That's a quest.
The humanity of it all.
I don't know what happened. Oh wait, how much money do I have? 4,000. The history of flight. Sometime after Scholar Shuru and his prototype flyer disappeared, an apprentice from the Imperial City discovered a scholar's notes detailing the use of the inscrutable power source. The apprentice showed the information to his master, General Sun Tao. Tao was an engineer before he joined the army, and he recognized the potential of the scholar's work. He convinced Emperor Sun Shui run a project to develop a flyer for use in the army. They agreed readily, and after 7 months of trying, the first true flyer was created. Within a year, skies near the Imperial Palace were filled with flyers, though the safety of the new flyers was questionable. It didn't take long for others to adopt and improve upon the design. Person. But in other words, hey, I'm just gonna pick this box and walk away. Away.
Don't worry, Sung Tao. I'm doing everything I can to prove you're innocent.
On this. Oh no, load. That noise. Uh-oh.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself, leaving me intrigued. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest to me?
I'll be honest.
I have no instruction to give. If you want to catch my eye, you need to show me that your skills are far beyond the norm. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I would be impressed. I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best. Return when you are worthy, and no sooner.
That won't be hard.
I want to hear that you're ready for your... What?
Tell me about it.
Now that you have qualified for the Browns division, your challenges will be more difficult, but you'll earn greater rewards. I want the very abacuses of heaven to rattle with the name Raging Dragon, so I prepared something memorable. The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the Great Southern Forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you.
Oh no.
Are you ready to get started?
Cannibals.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
I already know what they do. Oh, come on. Alright, that guy's gotta go. Annoys me that it's called unknown style. Health points increased. That was terrible.
That was a good start to the Bronze Division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look.
We about to
Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit, but that's 500 years of tradition for you. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp, much to the crowd's delight. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles your way. I'd suggest dodging, but that's just me. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
What am I doing? Just surviving? Yeah, I'm just surviving. Oh boy! Ah! Wow.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Queen. I have a message for Raging Dragon. Kylon the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people who need to be spoken to.
well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Did you have a question for me?
Wow.
Do not be...
Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowin na wafta tasiyeruk. On wir kifir.
I want... What?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, your next fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans. Not that it will affect you too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match.
Really? So much fun. Hang on.
I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana for the Bronze Division Championship. Things change when the guild is involved, though. The guild's the organization that controls the betting here. That's not all, though. Kailan the Serpent has a lot of influence here as well. I have to bow to certain pressures. I don't like it that much, but smart men don't voice that opinion too loudly. Not around here.
Oh.
No, I can't, actually. The Serpent, who's the guild's chief agent in this place, has specifically requested you. I'm certain it will be a small thing. Best to just finish it now.
Okay.
Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Many of you are asking yourselves why the Serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes. Does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No. You've all seen the fury and the intense focus of Raging Dragon in the ring. Now, it's time to put these abilities to the test. And so, the Serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you evil and terror incarnate.
A toad demon.
Double sabers. Long sword. Double sabers.
Wow, you're gonna put me in a corner, huh? That was... Yeah.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before.
I hope this proves my skills to you.
No one questions your skills. That is why you were allowed to fight that beast. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Kana. Your victory has sealed the deal. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match. He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare of his.
Okay.
Go, speak with him now. The sooner you do, the sooner I can return you to the ring.
Why do we keep coming in here? It's so creepy.
I always wanted to see the back rooms of this place. Frankly, I expected them to be seedier.
I don't know you, but you're in here, so I know you're not common street trash. I hope for your sake that you have enough silver to warrant my time. You're not half bad for a man. You're in my good books as long as you have the silver to... Sweet Poison Lynn's my name, and I trade in rarities of a magical nature.
Oh, good. You're a merchant. Because I thought this was going to go somewhere else.
Magical enhancements and knowledge.
Yeah. Cobra Venom. That's an important item. You don't have anything good. You lied to me. Goodbye.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement.
What else is benefiting?
Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lyn, a master of the toxic in arts. Lyn, this is Raging Dragon, the fighter we discussed.
Your introductions are unnecessary, Cho. I know this one personally. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial.
Go ahead and tell.
Crimson Kana's rise to Brown's division champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares. The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze Champion.
Then we'll do it with honor.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lyn's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Kana. If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal with Kana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
From what I've gathered, the bribes flowing from this place would make telling the officials useless. But what if we told Kana herself?
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
So wrong. Want to play a pass with you. You and I are ranks. How do you? The way is a big. I consider you a worthy. If you emerge victor of our fight, I would train you in some of my more advanced technique. Here. Warrior knows that training is more valuable than silver. Alright.
I want to hear that you're ready for your... What? Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the bronze division for your last match. Now it's time. Are you ready to face Crimson Kana, the finest sword this august arena has seen in 5 generations?
You mean generations?
Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
The challenger for the bronze division, Crimson Kana, must fend off Raging Dragon.
I won legitimately. I should get Crimson Tears now as a style. If not, then that means they rewrote it.
Has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Yay!
Come now. The arena works on a strictly regenicated payment system for the fights. There's no way I can give you extra. I'm sorry, there's no room for bonuses, extra payments, or gratitudes of any kind. You'll be fine with the usual winnings. Now,
I tried.
Settled, what else can I do for you? When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune gluttony.
What's that like? What do you do?
Sata kwa wir ni wosa wir sawa wira swir cook.
You've learned very quickly cottage openings.
Wo ifu wir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk. On we pifir. Wono wir ifu wir
traps your opponents at coming.
na work tanti.
Consider it a perfectly laid trap, not a weakness. The master was truly skilled to mold such a trap into your very being. Fermented. Learned if when discovered.
Tier nik puntuir, poir nokauk, soyer takitir noni.
Crimson Tears, there they are. I think those are the advanced version of the dragon. Yep, they're advanced versions of the dragon. They're artifact weapons. Yeah.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're ready for the challenge awaiting you in the Silver Division. Remember, Soldier's the champion at this level. He'll be watching you.
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
Nipping at it. I never even spoke with you once.
Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to keep your career interesting. A demon has been added to the regular roster since your earlier victory.
Yeah,
Since you've shown aptitude,
my favorite.
him first. This is indeed an honor, though it will not be easy. Are you ready to defeat this horror?
Horror. Let's begin.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Oh, it's that thing.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Brute force. Yeah, these blades are so much better.
Another demon falls. We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally. This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
Day.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you alone. Are you ready to go in now?
Be wary. Kylon could either be a strong ally or your worst enemy. If anything goes wrong, I'll be waiting with the others, and not far off.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a young man, but I know you have the wisdom to see that my friendship has advantages. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future.
If you're opposing, I cheat or throw fights at.
Cheat is such a pedestrian term. I prefer to think of myself as a creative engineer. Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Kui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire.
What about your criminals?
Come now. We're above calling each other names, aren't we? The guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader.
I wonder if we'll be able to tell him that you can thank me for it.
To replace him in that role.
Yeah.
And I need good people to back me.
You realize I'm the one who eliminated.
Did you? An interesting claim. And one I'm not sure I believe. You don't match the description we have of the killer, but then the descriptions are fairly tenuous. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why?
We all have a past. I wouldn't hold it.
Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena? Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public.
That sounds like him. I can accept.
If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely.
I've known.
You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend. I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
No! Whirlwind, don't! I got this. Don't worry.
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important. Look, you can't trust Kyla. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the serpent's tail.
Whoa! What the? What is this plotline all of a sudden? I mean, I wanted this chance for it since the day one I met him, but I was just like, ever since we got here, I've been wondering. Oh. Nice. Over 2K.
He fought like a monster for a little guy.
Are you alright?
Better than I've been in a while. All this best behavior when you're in the city business was wearing on my nerves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kai Lan's thugs, you know. Not at all.
Talk to me.
Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kai Lan were there and Lucky Cho too, but he was just a runt back then. My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him. Raging Ox was one of Kai Lan's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kai Lan approached me first, and when I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kai Lan, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side. He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kai Lan, he stopped talking to me. Soon Ox became Kai Lan's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robes so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kai Lan's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kai Lan was, convince him to leave. But Kai Lan was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood. Kai Lan just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year. You do what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with a serpent. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kai Lan's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him.
Don't worry, we'll get that chance.
Come on, let's go.
Yes, the serpent has to be deleted. I mean, we could just use a console command to delete it too at the same time.